Ooh. Forged in the lockdown. Hello and welcome to Critical Questions, the Unfathomable quiz. I've trawled the internet for the best, worst, most interesting and ridiculous dumb questions I can find. And with any luck, my guests will be able to answer all of them. And today we have got with us, never again, Sandy, BadTemperedBadger. No one knows his name.
Drop me brain.
Ricardo.
Hello.
A very odd-looking pickle.
Hey, oh.
And Mr. Godless Scummer.
Ahoy!
How are you all doing? Are we glad that it's Thursday?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
it's
November
Who the hell
to
made
you.
it Thursday?
Wednesday. You've always got to blame Wednesday for Thursday.
yeah.
I mean, are you just marking off? Are you just marking off November now? Oh.
Well, shall I just say it? Yeah, to everyone, Happy International Men's Day.
It's International Men's Day? I thought it was International
Yeah.
Toilet Day.
It is also World Toilet Day, and it's also World Philosophy Day. But the reason I'm plugging International Men's Day is I want to draw awareness to this because come March the 8th, no men can grumble that they don't have an International Men's Day.
So you know Richard Herring, do you?
I do follow Richard Herring, yes.
What they'll do, Jeff, is they'll grumble that it's the same day as International, as World Toilet Day and World Philosophy Day, and go, well, how can we get the third hand day? Because that's basically what I've been doing on Twitter.
I think Stormer made a good comment on it. Actually, that we do a lot of our best feelings whilst having a shit. We do, a lot of our best thinking.
It is true. It is true.
It's probably
Good point.
probably I have my most insightful moment, I'd say.
Nerdy Lucy has a request for you. Could you read it?
I can't read that. It says something like, "Let nerdy talk so I can have a wank." Hey, Linda. I don't know. I don't really understand it.
Lucy
Can
spent Go on.
Can I admit something?
Sure.
I am totally befuddled by this time warp crap between StreamYards and YouTube.
you can't watch YouTube at the same time. You just pop the chat out so you can read the chat.
Yeah, duh. Thanks.
Otherwise, it drives you insane. It's why I don't full screen what you can see here because it puts it out of sync.
All right. So I understand the trick now. Let me get the hell YouTube off my screen. Yeah.
I have the stream running, but in low quality and muted, so that I can just look and see the pickle bounce.
Yeah, it's Lucy having an angry wank to nerdy, or what? Or just a regular one. I don't know.
She was in a
She's
really bad mood when we last saw her.
That was your fault, Dave, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't my fault.
It was. You were way too early.
It was very clearly your fault, Dave.
Goodness me.
It's not my fault. She put it back together too soon.
Oh, you told her to.
I think it's the little plastic bit.
Well, yeah, that's needed. Yeah.
I reckon that's a safety switch that disengages the blades.
Yeah, it is.
So it was never going to work. Right, good. Everyone's happy. Right. Should we do some questions? Oh, apparently she's fixed that. Have you actually made the shredder work? I've got to wait for an answer now. Lucy spent the entire morning taking a shredder apart and trying to fix it because she decided that, why not wedge an entire ream of paper in there?
14 sheets it was.
I know.
You know how the shredders can normally take about 5 or 6? 14.
And that's generally pushing it as well when you're having a shredder.
Right, apparently the shredder does not work. Are you still continuing, or are you now writing it off? Ooh.
Does anyone know where I've left my webpage files?
Who are you talking to, Dave?
Everybody.
She's looking for the receipt for the shredder, but unfortunately it went through there before it broke.
Right, should we do some questions?
Do what?
Is that a question?
Some questions.
Is that a question?
Is that the first question?
I thought we just came here to tell Stool that he's silly.
Oh, yeah, Lucy, Omegon. Badger really wants to come on questions with Omegon. So could you use your ankle skills, persuade him to come on? Anyway, right, question 1. Question 1270. What is your favourite TV theme tune?
Ooh. Oh, that's a difficult one.
Wait there. I'm gonna have to reread the question because I want to cut it up because I just want to tell.
Thank you very much, by the way, Lucy. That is greatly appreciated.
Lucy said, "For Badger, I'll show him my boobs."
Exciting.
I know. Right, I need to reread the question.
If you want to send them to me too, my email's badger@cock.li.
I think it's trying to solicit tit pics. They call them tit pics? I have no idea. They call them dick pics. So I just from members of my audience is not appropriate. Right.
I thought it was encouraged.
You started it, Dave.
Yeah, there's a rule.
Go ahead. You're not going to offend my boobs.
Right. Let me reread the question. Question 1270. What is your favourite TV theme tune?
There's so many to choose from here, but if I'm gonna single one out, it's gonna be the one from season 1 of The Wire by the Blind Boys of Alabama, Way Down in the Hole. Their version of Way Down in the Hole.
Fair enough.
So I'm gonna pick one.
Sammy says easy, the original Astro Boy. Lucy says the Poddington Peas, and that's really annoying because that's now going around in my head. Junk Shop Library says Angel, as in the Buffy spin-off Angel with the lovely thingy. Yeah. Chad says I think the theme of Enterprise was great, though it wasn't a Star Trek opening. I completely agree. Now Chad is singing It's Been a Long Road.
I actually agree with that statement for exactly those reasons. It was a good song that shouldn't have been a Star Trek intro.
No, it was a shit Star Trek intro. 9 o'clock Hero says Fireball XL5. You're all wrong, but that's not the point.
I see. Stool has it right.
What's where they were? Missed Stool. What did Stool say? Oh, Bod.
What?
Bod.
Etc.
Godless Sewing says.
I'm closing the door to my fort.
Godless Sewing says Blake 7 was the greatest theme song that ever graced the television. It wasn't.
See, I'm not being funny. If you're gonna go for like
the Blake 7 theme.
if you're gonna go for British sci-fi, right? It's got to be Red Dwarf theme.
Oh yeah.
Red Dwarf's theme is pretty damn good.
Alright, let me look up Blake 7's theme.
Don't play it. Ricardo.
You can't hear it.
Oh,
It's good.
I have a couple of them, but they are from Portuguese TV shows. And
Go on, Ricardo.
I don't know, something. I kind of like All in the Family. TV. I don't have any. Come back to me. I'm going to think about it.
Sandy.
You're muted.
No.
There are no favourites.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
have
no, I don't have a favorite because they come out of me whenever they come up.
Fair enough.
I've lived too long. I can't pick a favorite.
If I'm gonna go old school TV, it's got to be the theme from Street Hawk or Tangerine
Street Hawk
Dream.
theme.
That's awesome.
Oh no,
That's
if we're gonna-
Tangerine?
if we're gonna
No
go old
problem.
school, I'm going back
Tangerine
to
Dream is really good stuff.
You're going back
Really
where?
good music.
I think I've got that on
Laughing.
my computer.
Laughing. What's Dave's answer? Linda says the theme from Orange is the New Black. Right, firstly, if you're going for a drama, it would have to be House's American theme.
Dave, you dick!
What?
Oh, I know what
My
my
ex.
favorite is.
Badger?
It's from
Oh, go on.
No, after you.
Sandy?
Weeds. Weeds.
Yes.
Ticky-tacky houses, yeah. Weeds.
Go on, Badger.
Well, it varies, but one of them is house.
Yeah.
Just because I like it. Another one is firefly.
Yeah.
Because I like it. But I think the one that I keep coming back to, just the theme itself as my favorite kind of thing. This is just TV shows, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, it would be Game of Thrones then.
See, again,
That
it's
is a
all
good
wrong.
theme.
They're all
That's a
wrong.
good theme.
The best theme on TV is objectively true. And it's DuckTales.
That's
Without
overrated.
doubt.
It's
It is not
overrated, that
overrated.
one.
It is such a good theme tune.
That's not even good for like Disney ones of that one. I mean, Chip and Dale had a better theme than
No,
DuckTales.
they didn't. They really didn't. I mean, Chip and Dale's was okay, but it wasn't DuckTales. I mean, Go on.
The reason I'm picking the Game of Thrones theme is because when I used to watch Game of Thrones, before the thing happened. When the theme was on, I'd be there in my living room twirling a sword around.
So it's your emotional attachment. Junk Shop says...
I'd be there with my sword, just... I'd be twirling the sword around.
Oh,
I only cut myself a couple of times.
Is this why you started doing the sword stuff outside?
No. It's because when I'm actually trying to do sword motions properly, I tend to cut the light fittings.
And actually, I'm gonna say, 9 O'Clock Hero's got a much better cartoon theme in there than you came up with,
No,
Dave.
it's not. I mean, 9 O'Clock Hero says Danger Mouse. Danger Mouse is fantastic.
Fucking better than
It's
DuckTales.
not DuckTales. Again, Chad says we can all sing DuckTales, hence it wins. And apart from the fact that Junk Shop is completely right, that I did say favourite and not objectively best. In response to your sword thing, apparently Kaz does not like being showered with hot light bulb glass.
I can see that.
Can't say how I know this fact. Godless Sewing says, "Oh, and Unexpected Tales." I don't know if I do know that one.
Oh, that's a good. Yeah, I know
It is a
I
good
know the one she means. Tales of the Unexpected. Yeah, that's
Dave,
that's got a good theme.
do you know those? Paper Globe lampshades?
Yes.
I used to have some of those.
I've still got one in the bathroom. The rest are pretty dead.
I would be there with swords and sticks and all kinds of stuff, and I would just demolish them. But the most catastrophic light fitting thing was I was just trying to. I had a glass dome that was quite close to the ceiling, which managed to evade the swords, and then I just flicked my duvet and took the whole thing down.
I'm not sure I ever want to see your house, given that you've managed to set fire to it, smash it up periodically.
Yeah.
Have you ever had it hit by lightning?
Yes, actually, in one of my videos.
What?
I have.
Okay. I had the one over the road hit by lightning, up in flames. That was quite good.
Ooh.
No, it hit my propane line.
Oh! Did it go?
Mm,
Oh,
I got lucky.
Catastrophic was it?
not.
Not much, but it started a whole home improvement issue that I still can't afford.
Still record says Buck Rogers in the 25th century. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
You're still missing the obvious one, though.
Ah, shit.
Cities of Gold. Come
Cities
on.
of Gold was good.
No, that's a good one. That was good.
It's 2 seconds. I've lost. Linda said "Around the Twist," which I think was a fantastic one.
Done it wrong.
Ricardo.
Yeah. So, I still like All in the Family because it's just silly and it makes me laugh. But one of my favorites will have to be Westworld.
Westworld. Also,
Yes.
Junk Shop wants to know what your Portuguese ones are, so they can Google them.
I like Cesarican because we in Portugal we have a lot of soap operas, mainly from Portuguese and Brazilian.
Go back from your mic again a bit. Go back from your mic a bit again. Go on.
We've got a lot of soap operas in Portugal, like soaps, like you've got Coronation Street and things like that. And there's a lot of Brazilian and Portuguese music in those. But if he wants, I can send him a few links.
He would love that. They would not love that. Sorry.
I clicked on the wrong place.
Oh yeah.
9 o'clock hero says Blue Peter the original. It is a good theme. But it's a good song before. Sammy says True Blood's Bad Things was awesome.
Well, let's throw Chuckle Vision in there as well for children's TV.
Chuckle Vision. Hardly an international audience.
No, but we've got to, we've got to. It's a good theme.
It's a good theme. It's a catchy theme. I can still remember it.
How about the original BBC radiophonic workshop of Doctor Who?
I'm not actually convinced I like that much. You got this grin on your face.
Okay.
I'm not actually convinced I like you that much.
We want to go with really old children's TV here, though. Really old BBC children's TV.
Go on.
Captain Pugwash has got a really catchy tune.
I can't remember that.
That's true. Yeah.
Yandere says the Addams Family.
Yeah. Everybody knows that. Yes.
Stop doing things that make people make noises. I almost slapped my microphone across the room.
How's it go again? Your father is your brother. Your sister is your mother. You're all fucking each other. The Pompey family.
Brainbug says the X-Men, the animated series, which is one of those really recognisable ones. But it's got no words. You can't sing along to it.
Sing along to it for?
It depends if it's got
Go on.
words in it or not. But it's not my favourite, but it's a really annoying one. EastEnders. Because they brought out the song as well.
I'm going to slap someone.
It gets in your head, and then you're like.
Nikki says Firefly TV series, original Dragon Ball Z intro, Charla. I don't know what Charla is. And Ox says Cheers. And Cheers was a pretty good one.
Oh, not Cheers.
Yeah.
Yandere says you to sing along to X-Men. That's kind of cheating. What was the one about the hillbillies that go to Hollywood? That was the Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies.
Well, that reminds me now of Fresh Prince.
Are you talking about me again, Dave?
Have you struck black oil? No, that's not black gold. I'm just going to screw that up completely.
I thought oil was generally black.
Yes, it's black gold. They called it, or something like that in the Beverly Hillbillies. I don't know. And there says, I sang to Sailor Moon. Let me tell you about a man named Jed. Yes. Right, should we do another question?
Yeah, we could be on TV for a whole episode, couldn't we?
We could, I'm well aware of that fact. It would be far better if we could actually play the damn things, but, you know, that is YouTube. Question. Nope. Question 1271. The Earth has exploded, and you were on an escape vessel with the last remnants of civilization.
Oh, dear God.
Would you rather date a nerd, a politician, a doctor, a cleaner, or just be alone in a hideaway?
Do you just say question the way you do so that you can pick it out in the audio track when you're editing?
Yes.
Last one. I don't believe my chances of dating are going to improve even in that scenario. So I'm just going to resign to sitting in the corner, sort of thing.
Oh, Yandiri says doctor, me smart. Nikki says nerd.
See, I thought the question was going to be who farted, but then it went differently.
I can't figure out why you want a 62-year-old widow woman on the freaking escape pod.
You're there nonetheless. You're clearly there for your smarts.
Oh dear. Oh no, we're doomed.
Go on, which would you date? Or would you find the hidey hole?
Oh, I'd date the best looking one who would have me. I don't care what he does.
Ox says the cook. Sammy says we all know what Badger's answer is. Do we? Godless Sewing says nerd because I'll need someone to talk to. Junk Shop says it's a flashback to how did I get here? Question never again. Brainbug says answer 1 and 5 are the same. No, they're not. Badger, what are you going to show us a picture of?
What?
What are you going to show us a picture of?
I wasn't going to show. What? What's going on?
Answer the question.
What's the question?
The Earth has exploded, and you are on an escape vessel with the last remnants of civilization. Would you
Okay.
rather date a nerd, a politician, a doctor, a cleaner, or just be alone in a hideaway?
Tell me the options again.
A nerd, a politician, a doctor, a cleaner, be alone in a hideaway, or a demon?
Okay, well, nerdy's a pickle, and I think that would be uncomfortable.
He looked shocked.
I think I'll just be alone in a hideaway. I think well, partly I'm assuming by civilization you mean human civilization. I don't think humans can interbreed with badgers, so this would just be molestation at this point. So I'll just be alone in a hideaway. Thank you.
So basically, you would be in exactly the same situation you are in right now.
Yeah, I'd have like a demon come to visit, and it'd get awkward.
Badger, Badger?
Yes, I just answered, Dave.
Yeah, because
I've just
you see,
realised
my
I
head.
haven't done my customary tweet.
Everyone is celebrating never again being here.
And that's only because I'm foolish enough to say I'll help you if you need it. You didn't need it. You had plenty of people.
I didn't. I'd have been short.
Oh, you just wanted an American. American.
I have an American. Ricardo is American.
What?
You are, aren't you?
I forget where
American.
everybody's from.
No, you're not.
I'm
My bad.
old. But he
Alright.
didn't sound like he's from America. So.
No, I'm not American.
Ignore me. I'm screwing myself up. Right. Nerdy.
Yes.
What's your answer?
Well, I know it's not the politician. for
Do you
sure.
know?
That's the easy one to take out. Any of the others, I don't know. They could have potential, but I mean, probably the nerd, given that we're flying through space and someone's got to know how the shit works.
It would only be the politician for me if that politician was AOC.
Surely, if you're busy breeding with the nerd can't be manning the controls of the ship, so you're gonna crash.
Says who?
You don't know many nerds, do you? We multitask.
I am literally a nerd.
Jess makes a good point. Alone. What if dating doesn't work out? Then one of those people will be against you.
Oh, it'll work out. I'm confident of that. There's no problems there for me.
Are you single?
I am, yes. I've read all the books on how to have a relationship. I'm fully charged and ready to go. I've got a certificate. somewhere here that says
relationship ready.
yes, exactly. Rated A+.
A plus.
I know.
Did it come with any practical experience, or you went to earn those credits on your own?
Well, there was a DVD with it, but yeah, that's about it. It's fine.
Stool says, cleaner, space is very scary, bottom might explode.
Well, that's a very genuine concern. That is, I've got to say, that is a very. That's good. It's good at Stool to think practically like that.
Yeah,
9 o'clock here. Go on.
I think the nerd can come up with most solutions for things like that. They'll be looking after the toilet, and they'll, give you a special thing if you need it. It can take over any of the other roles.
Sammy says, wait there. Sammy says, be honest, Pickle. It was a participation award.
Andy, I think in the event of an emergency bum situation, the pickle would be the plug.
The voice of experience.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Oh, Linda says a relationship ready pickle. Oh my! 9 o'clock.
Still owe me a tenner.
9 o'clock hero says, "I'm going to start with the politician and work my way up." Ricardo.
Good point.
So how long are we going to be in there?
Oh, forever, till you die.
So the correct answer would be all of the above.
Excellent. Very good. Oh, right.
Nerdy,
Next question.
Come close to the camera, Nerdy.
That worked surprisingly well. You've broken him.
Somebody said spatula hands, and I was trying to see if that's what they were.
Earrings.
That's not spatula hands.
Right, next question. Right, everyone has to stop Badger talking.
Why?
It's just to be honest, I'm slightly worried you as well.
What's wrong with it now, Dave?
Next question. Question 1272. What is one law that you would like to see repealed and why? Nerdy.
I don't know any laws. I don't know. It depends. What country am I in? Does it have to be a UK one? Can I take somebody else's laws away? There's so much scope here.
Sure.
Oh well. Anything that is mean to people. Yeah.
And it's mean to people. DMCA.
I suppose that is. There's too many. Goodness me. Is there anything against cheese or spiders?
Cheese should be banned. That's a law we want to add.
I have absolutely no idea because there's so many.
Murder? So you can kill at will without getting...
Yeah, I guess murder's quite useful. I mean, can I make it apply to me only so that anybody else, if they do it?
No. In this context, it's a repealed. It would be everybody.
Oh, that's annoying. I don't know.
There you go. Junk Shop says the obvious answer is something about blasphemy laws. There's still blasphemy laws all over the world.
Yeah, there are blasphemy laws all over the place. Yeah, I'll get rid of those.
Trying to make new ones.
Exactly.
I like swearing a lot, so yeah, blasphemy. I'll get rid of those everywhere, and everyone can say "God shit" and stuff like that. It'll be fine.
Jesus nipples.
Yandere says jaywalking. Jeff, who's disappeared, says marijuana being illegal. Do I need to explain? Yes, you need to explain. Ricardo,
So are we talking about any law?
Yes.
Okay, so canonical law. All of the canonical law.
All of the what?
Canonical law, the ecclesiastic law.
Oh, that's somewhat.
Ban all of it.
That's somewhat. Ban all of it. That's somewhat cheating, but I quite like the answer. Sandy.
One?
What is one law you would like to see repealed and why?
One?
Yes. You have to pick one.
Well, if it's the most blanket one, let's get rid of the federal restrictions on hemp and marijuana.
Jeff already said that.
Well, I know he did, but I can't pick a better one.
No, entirely. Stool said Newton's third law of motion. That's an interesting one to get rid of. 9 o'clock hero says the laws of gravity as we all float off.
Okay, we did say any law, so
He did say any law, and I didn't think of that.
Ox says assault laws need to be more fair in America. If someone breaks into your house and you hurt them, you are liable. Are you? Well, you should be. Badger.
The opposite of what I think my understanding of that last statement was, because if you break into my house, you get messed up. The other thing would be bans on dueling. I think we need dueling. As you are very much aware, Dave.
Right, but that, as we saw when I won the argument...
I think you will find, Dave, you agreed with me.
When we had that discussion and I won... I think what you're talking about is what we said at the very start is legalised murder.
No.
Yes.
It's not murder if it's legal.
Alright, legalised killing.
If he hasn't repealed the badger culling, then it's alright for you to cheat.
That's a very good point.
I didn't think this through. Dave, why did you get me to come on the show when I was supposed to be doing a website?
Because I'm evil.
He's evil, and he wanted to get us both in trouble.
Like last week.
Okay, dueling and badge and fuck. Hang on. Badger, dueling, and culls. Yeah, get rid of those.
Badger. So you want to make it so we can duel badgers?
No, I want to make it so badgers can duel each other, and you can just stop questioning my logic, Dave.
Ox says it's not killing; it's population control.
Exactly.
I would like to change.
That's for the humans, though. The badgers, it's just murder.
You don't want weed legalized.
I do, but I'm going to allow Sandy to have that one. You see,
Right.
So I'm going to change my answer. I would like to see the anti-trade union laws repealed.
So we can have general strikes.
Yeah, damn right. Well, I mean, okay.
Well, you would want that. The postman would be out every other week.
Hold on. Let me explain though. I don't know necessarily I would go back to the way some of it in the 70s, even though I've got to hold my hand up, got a bit silly. I mean, there's no two ways about that. But the fact now you've got to give them a week's notice, and that it's beyond ridiculous. The amount of hoops you've got to legally jump through now to actually, stand up for your own bloody rights as an employee for your own workers' rights. And you get that it gets thrown. It gets ridiculously thrown out on technicalities each time because the law is on the boss's side. Our strike ballot, when we had a 97% vote in favour of it, they kicked it out on the testimony of one manager and it was a disgrace that was ever thrown out. Yeah,
fair enough. Right, Yandiri says bring back the guillotine. Watchtower Watcher says any law involving consenting adults and sex. See, that could include dueling, Badger. Ox says it's not killing, it's population control. Randy says blankets must be more dangerous than he thought.
Is that a different sort of cockfighting you're talking about there, Dave?
Brainbug says dueling by sword or pistol. I've got that. Never. Why did you say you don't endorse smoking?
Because I don't want anybody else to follow my example in this regard.
Oh, well, half people smoke anyway. You'll like the next question.
I've got to go outside for that, but I do smoke.
The next question is relevant. You'll be able to help with the interpreting it. I think we'll go to the next question just for it.
Let me switch screens so I can actually read it.
Question 1273. Do you think that smokers have a possibly unfair advantage when it comes to being on the pull?
No. If anything, if it's taught me anything over the, there's no way I have an unfair advantage.
What you mean? If there's something you can
do. Whoa.
If I have an unfair
wait there,
advantage,
Jeff. Go on, Sandy.
Dumb American wants to know what means on the pull.
Nerdy?
All right, darling.
Get your coat, you're pulled.
Right.
Get your coat, you're pulled. Yeah, that's...
When trying to pick someone up in a bar or something, yeah, you know.
Oh,
Chat's gone nuts.
Okay.
What the fuck is on the pull?
A romance. Yeah.
I get it. I get it. On the troll, I got it.
How would you describe it? Because the American people don't seem to understand in the chat.
Trolling for a girl or a guy in a bar.
There you go.
That's not
pick up. Yeah, thank you, Watchtower.
Still says.
Do not mislead our American friends. That's not what it means.
It means having a wank in Tesco, apparently.
Doesn't mean anything about dogging then, or.
I'm having a hard time remembering what we called it in the 80s.
Going out on the pull.
Mm-hmm.
Go on. Well, Jeff, I think you were trying to sum it up. That if you have a habit, you consider that the rest of the world makes that a disadvantage to being out on the pull.
I don't think it makes it. I don't think it's necessarily an advantage or a disadvantage. I do not think it's an advantage. I don't know why anyone think that is an advantage.
I think it was. I think it used to be.
In the old days, it was an advantage. Now it is a disadvantage.
The only way it may have been any kind of advantage in whatsoever that I could have even think of is that yet someone comes up and asks you if you've got a spare cigarette or a light as a way of starting a conversation. That's about it. But it does not. There's no advantage in it whatsoever.
After the smoking ban, I think after the smoking ban in bars, the point at which you were able to isolate, that sounds really weird, you got to take the girl outside for a smoke. You got to chat independent from that. And I think that enabled, that was an advantage.
Well, if that was an advantage, that is one that I have seriously not been able to take advantage of.
It's past now because not enough people smoke.
I don't understand starting conversations with people.
Well, normally you need an affect. That's
be honest,
where your affects come in.
That's where my problem is anyway. I'm very rarely the one who's going to start a conversation in that respect.
Right, don't take a lighter with you.
Generally, because I want to be. No, it's generally because a lot of the time, I don't know. It's whole rules of this. I don't get it. I don't get how to interact in those situations at all. I'm not very good at it, and I never have been.
I don't understand this human obsession with social communication and shit.
It's biological.
I don't understand why humans talk to each other.
They just do.
In case you find a good one. I mean, most of them are rubbish, but sometimes you find some alright ones, so you've got to give it a try.
They're all weird.
Nerdy, do you smoke?
No, they're all weird. But...
Wait, Nerdy, do you smoke?
Yes. It's not an advantage, no.
Has it never been an advantage, in your opinion?
No.
No.
Absolutely isn't.
Not that I can.
No. It's, Sammy says, fuck no. Nowadays, I think more women hate smokers. Speaking as a smoking male. Stool says, standing outside with the other smelly people is sexy. Ox says, if it's smoking weed, yes, it's an advantage. Cigs, no, not in today's world. And more people want to know
What
what
about smoking a pipe?
smoking a pipe. So that's great for giving directions.
Because I
How
have a
about
pipe.
vaping?
And I'm pretty sure Stool has a pipe.
You can't find it.
Yeah.
No one's seen it.
No, I'm pretty sure Stool had a pipe.
Is it a crack pipe?
That might be why I can't find it anymore.
No, I honestly don't think Stool is using a crack pipe. He speaks
Well, you
far
think-
too
Might have a crack
slowly.
in it.
You think some sort of amphetamine? Ricardo.
His pipe might have a crack in it.
Possibly.
Because you might have like left it under the sofa and the sofa's collapsed. I'm gonna shut up now.
I was going to say his crack might have a pipe in it. Ricardo.
So, I've always found cigarettes to be an icebreaker. So in
Yeah.
that sense, yeah, I always thought that was an advantage.
Yeah.
I don't smoke anymore now. I don't know how people, if it is an advantage still, or if it's like you said, because there's a lot of less people smoking now. Probably the advantage is gone. I don't know. To be honest with you, I don't know.
It is quite different also between a European attitude and American attitude about smoking.
Yeah,
It used to be so much more acceptable to be a smoker, and no more.
Last time that I was in the United States and tried to light a cigarette, people were looking at me like I was the devil or something like that, and this was years ago.
And now you know why I live alone in the woods.
9 o'clock hero says, I'd need a large sack and a strong rope to pull these days.
Can I visit you?
Who?
Well, not
Absolutely.
you, not you specifically, but the woods.
Yes, come on. I got groundhogs that would love to meet you.
She got. Have you watched her videos?
No. Yes.
No.
I've seen it. She has
I don't
you have to
watch people's stuff, Dave.
She doesn't do very much.
I don't
has
ask for subscribers either, Badger. So don't bother.
Right, no.
But
I was not
check this out,
suggesting.
so-
I was not suggesting he subscribed. I was suggesting he looked at your house and your countryside.
Yeah.
I asked what channel it was earlier, and everybody said, "Don't look."
No, you're not allowed to. I'll give you the link in secret later.
All right, okay.
Yeah. So whatever you do, don't go and subscribe to Never Again's channel. Just don't do it.
Well, I mean, no. Let me put it to you this way: if trolls start showing up on my channel because you guys start shilling it, I will delete the whole channel.
We don't have.
So
trolls.
I asked
We only
people
have-
to.
Only be Darth. He's easy to deal with.
No, it isn't. I respect your opinion on that because it's easy for you to deal with,
Yes.
but it's not easy for everyone to deal with.
That's
So
fair
Dave-
enough, actually. That's actually
Right.
fair enough.
It is.
Dave,
Yes.
you've
This is
broken
why
my
we're not
Photoshop.
Have I broken
Next.
your Photoshop?
Yeah,
Have I broken it?
because I'm talking to you and it won't open images. Oh, there it goes.
Lovely.
I got to say, I'm kind of missing my trolls
see you,
now.
Sammy.
They haven't shown up. They haven't shown up in a while.
No.
So
Did you?
I'm a
You
little
should.
disappointed.
Daily Atheist this morning was brilliant. Normally we get the dark people, the wide. What? How do you defend atheism rationally? Right? Do you know what we had today? A flat earther.
oh, see, I missed them. I used to get the flurps.
So you're telling me that if I do like a gaming live stream, like I'm running around shooting people with muskets, and I just put "Earth is round" in the title, that I'll get a load of weirdos showing up in my chat.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, yeah.
Awesome! I'm gonna do that.
And guess what else? As opposed to the weirdos, our community, you'll also get some flat earthers.
Well, I guarantee you this: you put Nathan Thompson's name in the title, he will show up. I guarantee you that.
Oh, now I should do that. Right, next question. Question 1274. Would you rather end world hunger, but never be able to eat again, or always have enough food, but world hunger continues?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
But this makes no sense, because if you have enough food, you can surely give this away, yes?
Yeah, but you don't.
It's sort of like it's saying that individually you've got a surplus of food, right? But
So I set up a company
not enough to feed the world. I think is where you're going with this, Dave.
Yep.
Oh, it's only enough for me. What?
Yep. You are always well fed. It's either you are always well fed, or you are always hungry. And if you're always hungry, the rest of the world is well fed.
Well, I'll feed the rest of the world then, because they can give me food. That's fine.
No, they can't. You're always starving. You can't eat it.
I
Sandy.
can't actually eat it at all.
No.
So you die. So it's death. It's cake or death. Is that the?
You will survive for several weeks without food.
Yeah, so cake or death.
I'll make the sacrifice if it means that by ending world hunger, Dave has to eat cheese every single day for the rest of his life.
That's not how it works.
Much.
Yandiri says enough food. Ox says end world hunger. Junk Shop says Dave does love these self-sacrifice questions.
Well, okay, then. Not cheese, not just cheese, but you get a good steady diet of cheese and Marmite, Dave.
I'll die first.
I mean, if we can specify the food that everybody else gets to eat from our sacrifice, then yes, the world will be fed on cheese spiders.
Yeah, cheese spiders and Marmite.
I've already got number 2. I'll go for number 1. I'll feed the world.
You'll feed the world.
Mm-hmm.
Sammy says, I'm always hungry anyway. Ox says, I'd give my life if I knew all the kids and old people would eat. Brainbug says, end world hunger. Badger!
Fuck everyone, give me the beans.
Beans? Don't you want unlimited Battenberg?
There's one in every crowd.
I already have unlimited Battenberg.
He has unlimited Battenberg because no one else fucking eats it.
He has a pantry where things are kept cool.
I'm assuming by the scenario this would be some kind of post-apocalyptic scenario. So everyone's going to be living on tins of beans, and I'm going to have them all, and nobody can have them because they're my beans.
He didn't say anything about post-apocalypse.
No.
Yeah, well, I just fuck it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just absolutely fuck it.
Badger has a pantry. He calls it the Battenberg room. An entire wall is full of Battenberg.
All right, I'll be back in a minute. I got to go check on my Battenberg wall.
Right. I just realised I need to change my avatar for Crystal's in the chat here, don't I?
You have an avatar. An avatar for Stool.
Outstanding.
Oh, you can't like Marmite too. Why do you like everything that's horrible?
Marmite is the nectar of the gods.
It is not. Chad says, beans. I wouldn't need to want for anything. I could travel the world and just hang out helping folks like a wandering magic hobo. Ricardo.
Come on, man. I'm from Portugal. Food is within my nature. You want me to go hungry or feed the world. Well, I would probably do the right thing and go feed the world, but
very good.
Would still be gradually.
No, Bovril doesn't rule 9 o'clock hero. Bovril is evil. Why do people have
Vegemite?
these things? Vegemite's worse than everything.
I'm not a big fan of Bovril, but Marmite is, Marmite is just amazing.
Disgusting.
They're very good. See, I like Ricardo more now. Nerdy, what was your answer actually going to be?
Yeah, go on. I'll do the right thing as well and actually feed everybody else and
I mean,
sacrifice myself.
you're the only one here that could feed everyone else.
Yeah.
For at least 2 minutes.
If that.
Not a very big pickle.
I am going to feed the world, but it's going to be Marmite soldiers all round.
You don't get to pick. Why do you think you get to pick? That's not in the question.
Yeah, but you clarify, so we pre-clarify.
Yeah. You didn't say we couldn't pick.
Oh, I don't like Lucy anymore. She likes Marmite.
Thank you, Lucy. Thank you.
Stool says Bovril is liquidized donkey poo. Stool is more sane than Lucy on this subject.
Lucy is one of the cool kids.
Dave.
Yeah.
Why did I come back to liquidized donkey poo?
Talking about Bovril.
Oh.
Agree?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I like Battenberg.
You like
I
Battenberg?
Sausages.
Uh-huh.
Bovril I've never understood.
Bovril you've never understood.
Yeah.
You like Marmite? Do you actually like Marmite?
Yes and no. I like it in small amounts because it's basically like brown liquid salt. But whenever I try to have it, I always put too much on whatever it is, and then I'm just there going, "Why have I done this?
See, what I am is
swallow it."
I open a jar of Bovril or Marmite in a room, and then I have to leave the room and dare not enter it again because it smells so bad.
And you willingly eat this stuff?
No,
Sometimes.
never.
Do you just like move house if you accidentally open Marmite?
No, I have to get someone in to get rid of it.
You you can just put the lid back on.
I've got to get near it.
The real question is, why do you actually have a Marmite?
I don't have Marmite in the house anymore.
So
Do
how
I?
can you open it?
Shit, there is Marmite in my house. Something that will be resolved shortly. Why is there Marmite in the house? How could you? You're
we gotta do
betrayal.
Right, Dave, we're going to do one of these
Marmite. You cannot
do one of
escape.
these food challenges on, like, from one of these.
Yeah, but it's not going to involve. I wouldn't eat it. I just literally would not eat it. Well, again, I repeat, why is there Marmite in this house?
Can you make a delicious drink out of Marmite like you can with Bovril?
You can make Marmite drinks.
Awful. It's awful.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
It's really bad. All right. Have you ever done that thing where you're in your early teens and you're having a sleepover and you just go into the kitchen and you put everything that's vaguely liquid into a cup and give it to your friend and tell them it's a milkshake?
Yes.
That's what it tastes like.
Sammy, no, I do not like Vegemite. Vegemite's worse. It really is. And I've had Vegemite prepared for me by a real Australian. And it's still as bad.
I've got to try Vegemite because I'm told it's way more potent than Marmite.
You're all sick.
Yeah.
Right. Next question.
I love you then.
Oh, who's messaging?
There we go. We're there. Jess says, I have this holiday tradition of buying my brother gross food for gifts. Would Marmite qualify? Abso-positive.
Yes.
Fucking lootly. Get them some Marmite.
You might like
where are you, Jess? You might not be able to get it in the States. It might be considered a biohazard.
Do you know what food laws are like in the US, Dave?
And they still won't let loads of our stuff in.
Chlorinated chicken.
They're great for sponge baths.
I thought chlorinated chicken was essentially just cardboard.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, Marmite can be purchased here. Marmite can be purchased in the United States at many quality grocery stores.
Ooh.
There you
I
go.
use the
See?
quality ones, so
I,
not
yeah, I, was
the
gonna
other
say,
ones.
I don't think they know the meaning of the word quality. Right.
Good point.
Next question. Question 1275. What is the scariest thing that has ever happened to you?
Other than being on critical questions.
Of course. It's always excluded. I can answer this question very, very quickly myself if you want. As a rare,
Come on.
I can go first. Discovering there is fucking Marmite in my house.
Oh no!
Maybe Kaz can bring it a little closer to you.
No, she can't.
Can we have it on screen?
Can the
Oh, yeah,
Marmite
let's
come and
open the
hover
jar.
next to you? Dave, make Marmite hover.
Yeah, we need the Marmite in the background next to the ball.
Kaz.
As the ball and the Toblerone goes, bit of Marmite.
Kaz, dip his Toblerone in Marmite.
Ooh, she's done that already, but
Here's the thing.
Don't
She
stop.
knows that if she brings the Marmite within reach of me, I will throw it out the window.
Dave, why is my website stupid?
Because you're designing it?
Fuck you.
Right.
Oh, that's why it's stupid.
Nerdy.
Or is it?
oh yes. The scariest thing, other than being on this, I mean, it is quite a traumatic experience. Okay, I mean, that's ever happened to me. I don't know. You see that makes it sound like it's something that was out of my control. Does it have to be out of my control, or?
Not necessarily, no. I mean, if you want to
okay.
ask me which one filled my... I mean, again, I'll go with the proper answer. The thing that filled my heart with dread the most, literally my stomach sank as I discovered I had overwritten 30,000 records with my phone number in a call
Well done.
centre. You know, and my heart, my stomach, how it felt. Shut the fuck up.
Damn you, Dave! You've just brought back 10 more memories.
I mean, that was bad.
That's okay, because you could just restore the backup.
But there was still,
You
it
had-
doesn't change
you
the
had
fact that you have to take the call centre down because they're actively calling this fucking list.
Well, just for a little bit.
Just for a little bit.
Just put a voicemail on your number. They only need one number, so put a voicemail on there that says the call centre is currently down for database maintenance. It's fine.
60 people phoning you constantly, repeatedly.
Yeah. All getting your voicemail while you fix it.
I'm going to kick you. Stop laughing.
But yes, okay. Well, if it can be things that I've done, then I think the very first time going live on YouTube, it was terrifying. That's all I can say.
Was it? Going live with you in control or going live on other people's streams?
With me in control, actually doing it the first time, utterly terrifying.
Is that still up? I haven't seen this.
We need a badger repair kit.
We do.
Your phone's ringing constantly with 60 call centre people.
So
Hello?
Hello, yes, I know I've put my number in the... Yes, I know. No, it's me, Dave, from downstairs. Yes. No, I know. All right. Hello? Yes, it's me, Dave. Yeah, I know. Hello? Yes, I know.
Hello, is this Dave?
I didn't change the
4
name,
and a
just the
half
number.
hours.
They were all asking for different people.
You haven't got a video of it, have you?
My Ox says scariest. When I slid my bike 200...
fucking call centre again.
So Ox, when I slid my bike 200 feet down the road under a guardrail. Ow! Stool says, seeing scientist Mel's big beaver.
That was terrifying.
Oh.
Junk Shop says, does being raised Christian count? It's not an event, but I do quite like it. Yandiri says, I had a daddy long legs crawl on my face. That's going to give me nightmares.
When they do that, they lay eggs in your eyes.
Yes! Jeff!
I don't honestly know. Probably in the moment.
Something to do with the dog?
No, not really. No, that's not at all.
Oh, was it the first time you went up to a girl and asked her for a cigarette?
Broken badge.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I've never in my life gone up to a girl.
And asked her for a cigarette? Or a light?
Yeah, but not as a way. But not as a maybe. Yeah, but not as a way of starting a conversation. No. No, I've never done. Never. Not to my knowledge, anyway.
Did you actually answer, Nerdy?
I did. You're on Jeff at the moment.
I know, but I'm trying to remember what your answer was, and I can't. It's annoying.
I can't remember either. Oh yeah, going live on YouTube.
Oh yes, you did answer.
Oh, and that's what gave me my scariest, which is not life-threatening. I have plenty of life-threatening ones.
What's your What's your most life-threatening one?
The most life-threatening one? There's too many to recount here. There's at least 3 where I should have died. The one the event that scared me the most was when World Savings and Loan made me write and then teach a course on the 3GL language I was supposedly the expert in. And having to get up and teach it. I sweat like a pig for an entire week. Yeah.
I don't like that people think I'm an expert at things.
I didn't like that they made me write a course for somebody else's freaking product.
No, you think they could get some other people that actually know it. Kevin says, "Shit, that's a tough one. I had a dream that I was kidnapped by some Kathy Bates looking broad in a red Camaro a couple of hours ago. Snapped me straight awake." Now talking about Vegemite again. Chad, true story. Standing between my students and a white rhino when our Jeep broke down. What?
Shield of pure meat. Don't worry, kids. I'll protect you from this rhino.
9 o'clock hero walking back to an upturned car with petrol pouring from the engine bay to pull a disorientated mate from the wreckage.
Asking for a cigarette.
I'm gonna do the one to smoke.
All right, you guys keep mentioning them. I'm gonna start smoking them.
Linda says calling an ambulance.
You're an ambulance.
Junk Shop says, I didn't know Badger could laugh until today. That's because we're mostly talking about Star Wars and he never laughs.
He is actually still laughing, he's just muted himself.
If I'm going to answer this question,
yeah,
it may be just 1 or 2 incidents I've had, not actual accidents, but close calls I've had on the motorcycle with asshole inconsiderate car drivers who nearly T-boned me, and that's scary. That is quite terrifying. I've somehow kept control of the motorcycle, but I had to pull to the side of the road and stop and take 5.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, when I crashed my first car 3 days after I passed my driving test and wrote it off, the point at which I knew I was out of control of the car and the time between then and when I was stopped in the ditch after flying through the air, it felt like, because it went into black and white and slow motion, it felt like an eternity. It was probably about a second and a half.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking scary.
Yeah, I mean, I've come off the motorcycle before, and it, like I said, it's probably, less than a second, but it seems like it forever.
Ox says, you should be honoured to see Mel's beaver. Bill Wilson.
Amazon.
You can get them on Amazon. What, hers or someone else's?
Not the exact same one that Mel's. Not actually Mel's, but the same sort she's got.
Fair enough. Bill Will
Dave.
says, yes?
Were you actually scared during the accident, or was it that you realized later what you'd faced death?
I don't know. That's
Because
a
see,
very good question.
I've had several of those,
stuff, aren't you?
Yeah.
and every time someone asks what was the scariest moment, I think of those.
Oddly enough, it's weird because you say that, right, when I think my knees dislocate
Yeah.
all the time. Right, now, when it happens, it's just very, very painful and I deal with it. But thinking about it happening is much scarier.
Okay, so I'm with you on that. So my scariest moment is surviving the fall down the basement steps.
Ouch.
Followed closely by getting hit in the rear end on Highway 880 in the MG Midget. But the San Francisco earthquake tops them all.
Fair enough. I'm going to sneeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say being in a natural disaster can be quite scary.
Well, the one after that was the Oakland Hills fire. So, yeah.
Well, the one I mean, obviously, we brought up because we brought up natural disasters the other day, didn't we, Dave? On one of these.
Yeah.
I was only about 7 years old, but the 1987 hurricane we had in Britain. Well, it's 4 times. It was actually 4 times the size of what's a hurricane's classed as. It was that severe. It was, but I do remember waking up in the middle of the night, but because of that, because it's like a goddamn train going past the window non-stop for 3 hours. So I couldn't fucking,
Yeah.
And unfortunately,
that was scary.
I can relate to that
scary.
too because I've lived through hurricanes. Ugh.
Yeah. But they're a rarity in Britain to get anything like that. But that was like something like
That was good.
phenomenal.
That was a good one.
Well, it was actually 4 times more powerful than what it is to be classed as a hurricane anyway. So it was like a super hurricane, really.
Yeah.
You know?
Bill Will says, 6 years ago, I dreamt that Hillary Clinton was sitting on my face. I still haven't gotten over it.
I'd say that's a you problem.
That would scare the shit out of me too.
Jess says, can't decide between getting ruined at gunpoint and my landlord hitting me with a 40% rent increase during the pandemic. That's fucking evil.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by what's getting ruined at gunpoint? Robbed. Okay.
Robbed.
that makes more sense. Badger!
Hello, is this Mr. Willis?
Yes.
Got an excellent deal for you on car insurance.
Have you? No, wrong number. He's gone again.
Hello, is this Mr. Stevenson?
No.
I've got some car insurance for you.
No. Wrong number.
Is this Mrs. David Stavenstein?
Yes.
We've got car insurance.
No. Don't have a car. What's your most... I've forgotten the goddamn fucking question. What's the scariest thing that's ever happened to you?
Car insurance.
Yeah, one time I had to call this car insurance guy and
It kept getting Dave. Okay, there's a cliff that I have climbed up on numerous occasions. I'm going to describe every time as that because the cliff at the bottom of it, the handholds are lovely, and it's just you're climbing and you just I can put my foot there, and it's nice gentle slope. I mean, if you climb stuff it's a lovely thing to climb. And then you get to the top of it and you realize it's just a smooth curve of just cement. And you're there just clinging to this cement with just your fingernails as the only thing stopping you from plummeting into the abyss.
Yep.
So then I got to the top of that, and the next week, me and the like, should we climb that cliff again? And I was like, yeah!
Oh.
And then we climbed it again and got to the top, and I was like, I'm never doing this again! And then the next week, should we climb that cliff? Yeah!
Right, never again just brought something up. Right, never again, say what yours is. Say what you just said in the chat. Just mute it.
You're mean, Dave.
You got say it, because I want to bring up one as well. I've got something similar.
Well, because his cliffhanger, and it brought up 2 more since then. The time my brothers put me on the broken sled when I was 5 and sent me down the hill behind the house where we used to ride down the sled and go around it and then down the front hill. Well, they put me on the broken sled, first time, by myself, deliberately on the broken sled. I didn't know it was broken. And I hit Pilar Drive into the brick house, which is what's wrong with me.
Because what's wrong with you?
That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Okay.
I've got one from a friend of mine.
Just wait, I've got to do this one first, because it's related. Right, we have somewhere here called the Horseshoe Pass in North Wales. Right, where the road closes and there's a cafe there that stays open, and they kind of pay to have the road dug out up to them, and it's a fantastic hill to sledge on whenever it snows. Okay, now it's the hill, the hill goes down like that, and then there's the road, and they pile up the snow here, so it's like that, and everyone comes down the hill going on normal sleds. It's totally fine, right, because you slow down. And I went out and bought a really expensive sled. I mean, by really expensive at this point in time, I meant like 40 quid, right? And it had like thin tracks on it, right? Now, the net result of this being that this sled went only about 5 miles an hour faster than everyone else. It also meant it went about 30 meters further. So you fly down this hill, you hit this bank, you are then flying across the road with all the cars going backwards and forwards. No way to stop. And you know that you're going to hit this and going to hit the road before that point there. Fucking shit myself. Why?
So your answer to my question, have you ever just shat yourself, is yes.
I had an upset stomach.
I'm laughing because you beat all my stories.
I've got another story. Unfortunately, it's not. Can I do one that I wasn't directly in?
Sure.
All right. So some friends of mine. I've been to this same place as well, but I wasn't there on this occasion.
Okay.
Some friends of mine were going through, sneaking through an abandoned hotel.
Okay.
The time I was there, we found what looked like "Get Out" written in blood on the wall.
Okay. That's the sort of thing I'd do.
We didn't get out, of course. We went further up the building, and as we went further up, we found scarier and scarier messages. But when friends were just there, and I wasn't there for this time, they were sneaking through the hotel, and they heard some voices coming from the other end of the building.
Okay.
So they crept over and found these guys just all sitting around having a bit of a chat.
Yeah, that seems normal.
So in this abandoned hotel, so they went over, and they just kind of peeked in. They went, "Hello," and the people looked around. They went, "Oh, hello. I see you're enjoying yourselves in this abandoned hotel as well." They're like, "Yeah, yes, it's nice in here, isn't it? It's nice to, it's fun. Look at all this shit all over the floor. Yeah, it's good. By the way, you should probably leave because we just set fire to the staircase."
What the fuck?
So they went down to there were 2 staircases in this hotel. I say were. They went to the one they hadn't entered through, and looked. They thought that because there were like old documents and stuff all over the floor, they thought that it was just going to be some of them on fire, and they could just like put it out.
Yeah.
They went to the staircase, and the entire thing was like a column of fire. And they were like,
fuck.
"Oh yeah, we should leave."
Uh-huh. So they sit themselves and ran.
Yeah, sadly, I was not there for that.
You'd have loved it. Ricardo!
Yeah, I would actually. I'd have really enjoyed that afterwards.
Ricardo!
Waking up in the hospital, not really knowing where I was, why I was there, and who I was, and anything at all.
Shit.
Yeah, but it wasn't scary. Right, there was a panicky moment, but not really scared because I didn't really understood what was going on around me.
Mm-hmm.
But kind of after the fact, it was a scary moment.
Yeah.
Don't know. Still, I know that it was a bike accident, but I have no idea what happened. No, there was no witnesses to it, so nobody knows. The one that I remember being scared as in the moment was a RTC on a highway, because I looked at my review mirror and saw the car still far back, and then when I looked again, like less than a second later, like when you look once and then look again, it was literally about to hit me. So in that moment, I got really, really scared, and then I was bouncing around. I was literally under the big lorry. So the car was literally under the big lorries, and I could see the underside of the lorry. So that I remember being scared, and on that moment, I was trying to not get into a panic, and not. But it's impossible. It was just I couldn't really react to that. But so those were the two that I think were more scary things that happened to me.
I don't like the idea of being under a lorry. That sounds horrific. Right.
Yeah, it's not nice.
Next question. Right. Question 1276. What do you miss most from before the pandemic? Nerdy.
I don't think I miss anything from before the pandemic. The pandemic's lovely. Miss
This.
this. I'm trying to think of something. I mean, the shops are emptier now, so that's much nicer. I can go downtown and it's less busy. I mean, I haven't left the house in years, so I can't really tell what's going on outside. I don't know. You'll have to come back to me on that.
I'll have to come back to you. Jeff?
What's the question? Sorry, I had to step away for 2 secs.
What do you miss most from before the pandemic?
Going into actually, do you know the weird? Well, I don't know. I would say in a certain way, like actually going into work.
Is that the social aspect of it?
But then I also I realised if I went back there within a few days, I would probably be like, oh, what the fuck did I miss this? But I mean, I suppose going out to the sort of pub a bit and watching a bit of football, that sort of thing.
See, I'm loving that most of the sports had stopped.
I think. Well, they haven't. Well, a lot of them haven't, though. So
no, they've started again. It's terrible.
But I think more about this of anything this year. It's more that the fact that I like to do a bit of travelling and have not been able to do that. That's
Well, you were meant to be in China, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, because of the way my physical health has been going with like conditions I don't really want to get into I don't know that I'd be able to do that again. It was this. I always felt that doing that like a big hiking thing. I think this was almost my last opportunity to do something like that.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of. I mean, I could probably go to China again at some point in a few years, but I wouldn't be able to do that whole walking the wall thing that I really wanted to do.
Get yourself a quad bike and do it on that.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't mind that, but yeah, I mean, like I'd go to Peru again, but I don't think I'd be able to walk the Inca Trail again.
No. Junk Shop Library says employment. Stool says not having to watch this crap. Godless Sewing
No one's
says
forcing you to be here, still.
we are. We're forcing him. He has to be here. This is that's his punishment.
There's a lot of things on YouTube.
No, there are. Don't tell people there are other things.
I'm not telling people. I'm telling Stool.
Okay. Godless Sewing says, I miss meeting random people and one-night stands. Oh. Chad says, hanging out with people. Jess says, the opportunities to socialise my toddler. That's a good one.
I've thought of a thing now.
Go on.
It's the ability to actually buy something from an online shop and not go into a queue and wait 6 weeks for it actually to be delivered. That you could before you could just buy something and it would turn up the next day. Now with 2020, if you want to buy, say, a PlayStation 5, a new Ryzen processor, an NVIDIA card, an AMD card, practically any new technology that has come out this year, you have to go into a queue for 6, 8, 12, 14 weeks before you actually have the thing.
How does that
delivered to you.
work? Because they are obsolete in 6 to 10 weeks.
Well, 2 years, but yeah. I mean, I did actually manage to get hold of a card eventually, but yeah, I think that's my annoyance for 2020. Things take too long to deliver now. There's no stock.
Sandy.
I miss being able to smile and laugh and socialize with people in the very few places I ever went anyway. Because they make me wear a fucking mask.
You've got us now. You can socialise here.
Well, that's the only reason I'm here, dude.
I think I've almost enjoyed the pubs a little bit more in the pandemic because of the social distancing aspect.
Well, see, I never went into them anyway. But now I'm cut off from the possibility. That pisses me off. That's what
you
I
never
miss
wanted
most.
to go before, and now you're pissed off you can't.
Yeah. That
Well,
naked
no.
corner.
I don't.
No, having the option to be able to go out and socialize and take that risk again has been taken away. Yeah.
Yeah.
That I have chosen wisely not to do so is a different thing altogether.
Yes. Ricardo.
Probably flying.
Miss flying.
Yeah, because I can't go back to Portugal.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm sure you could sneak out.
Yeah, I can. I can contact the Portuguese consulate and I can fly back to Portugal, but I've not done it.
I assume you'd be stuck there though, if you actually did.
I had to self-isolate for 14 days on the way back.
Yeah.
Which
Where
fine.
are you at the moment? I just assumed you were still here. Where are you at the moment?
Manchester.
Fair enough. I was going to say, I didn't when you said you had to go back.
Yeah, on the way back I would need to, if I went to Portugal on the way back, I would need to self-isolate for 14 days.
That's not... It's still a pain. Flying is
Well-
they reckon flying might not be the same for years.
Why can't you actually just take the test and prove you're not sick?
we don't have a testing system that's reliable. enough yet.
Incubation
No.
and the incubation period.
Okay.
Badger,
Oh, you saw my message.
you missed Dave asking you questions. How can you miss that from before the pandemic?
What's the question?
What do you miss most from before the pandemic?
Oh, before the pandemic. All right. There is one particular friend that I would occasionally go and have lunch with.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
So you're saying being sociable?
No, because I'm not sociable.
It sounds very sociable.
No, we would go there and insult each other.
That's a friendship. That's what you do in a friendship.
That's kind of what we do on here a lot of the time.
Yeah, well,
Dave smells of Toblerone.
he does. I've explained why on my channel.
Yeah, I insult people on here a bit because they're my friends. Well, not all of them. I mean, Stool I'm ambivalent about, but
You're
I don't
ambivalent
forget
about
to-
Stool?
I'm just kidding. Stool's cool. I like Stool. Seriously, seriously, he's all right. He's cool.
I went
Yandere
on his
says,
channel the other day. He was a bit of a prick.
Yandere says, I miss breathing. Stool says, invite Badger's imaginary friend on.
No, he doesn't. He says invite Bazger as imaginary friend.
Would you like your imaginary friend to come
Still,
on?
how do you know the name of my imaginary friend? Where did you meet Bazgers?
Who is Bazgers?
Badger's imaginary friend.
The taller one.
The taller one. I think Badger's friend is a weasel.
I don't think he associates with
Playing
weasels.
games with this guy on my channel. He's not a weasel. He's a crow.
It's a crow. Oh, so he could come on. We can invite him on to questions.
No.
Why not?
You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll ask him next time I talk to him.
Thank you.
There you go. There you go.
Right, last question today. Question 1277. Would you rather be a microphone or a webcam?
What cognitive functions could we have as either?
You can think as either, as you are, as your head as it is now. But all you can do is you can only see the world from a position someone puts you in, or you can only hear the world from a position someone puts you in.
And where am I? What is this position?
Well, this is the point. You don't know where you're going to be put.
That's the problem. You see, because it's like what I could. There's disadvantages to both. You see, because I could end up, I could end up being a webcam in some like really like disgusting like pornographic thing that I don't care to be involved in.
Mm-hmm.
Not I'm against porn. It's just
But that could be what happened with either.
Or yeah, but the other.
And you just have to listen to all the squeaking.
Hold on, let me finish. The flip side of that is I could end up with a fucking microphone at a Morrissey gig, and that I think. So I think the webcam is by far the lesser of the evils there, because the idea, just the idea that I may end up as having Morrissey singing in my fucking ear and having to listen to that prick is, yeah.
I mean, you could end up as his personal microphone. You could have 40 years.
Exactly. Exactly.
I
mean, it's a shame because like every time he opens his mouth, a Smith song dies.
Linda says webcam. Ox says cam. I don't want anyone in my face spitting all over me. Junkshop says my webcam has a microphone. I'm fancy in this context. The webcam definitely doesn't have a microphone. Kevin says microphone all day. Yandere says microphone. People cover webcams. I cover my microphone. Not just to keep the dust off it. Chad says I'd rather be a webcam. Anything you can hear that is important can be written down. That and I think in pictures. The webcams, in the context we're having, they don't have inbuilt mics. They're still a separate microphone, really, internally. Badger!
Technically, my liver is internally separate to my lungs, but I kind of need both of them.
Badger, webcam or mic?
Yes. I'm going to be a webcam.
Why?
be covered with a piece of tape and not interacted with most of the time. Whereas microphones just people do all kinds of weird things to their microphones.
Do they? That's certainly an interesting
I
shape.
may be unusual, but fuck yourself.
And you bring up microphone.
Yeah.
Now you've got background noise. Nerdy.
I think most definitely a camera, because in space no one can hear you scream.
I also need to disinfect my microphone now.
You also need to disinfect your microphone.
No one can hear you scream if you're a webcam, though.
No.
Yeah, I'm fine, but I'm up on the ISS or something and just looking around space, and it's fine.
No,
You also could end up in Shani's bedroom.
You'd get thrown out.
Oh,
You'd get
Jesus.
thrown off the
Hey.
space station.
No, I'm on the
Dave.
outside, so I've got a good view.
Yeah, no, you know what they did with the webcam on the space station, don't you?
What?
Dave.
They brought a GoPro up to the space station, and they were there trying to film some big event. And the lights flashing on this GoPro. We're looking at the manual. It means there's no SIM card.
Yeah,
Dave.
that's me.
Dave, seriously though, why the fuck would you go there?
First name that came into my head that would freak Nerdy out.
That freaks everyone out. I mean, just why bring that up? Honestly,
What was the name?
I'm not repeating myself.
No, do it. Do it.
Ricardo.
Do it.
What was that name again?
Webcam or micro? Webcam or microphone?
Webcam.
Webcam.
I'm
Why?
very visual.
You're very
Because I'm very visual. Yeah, I like to see.
Ox says, I can read lips, no need for a mic. 9 o'clock hero. Given the options, death seems more appealing. You don't get to die. You're not that lucky.
Well, you're dead anyway. You're a webcam or a microphone. They don't
You're a
have any
mind
ability
in it.
to
You're a
live,
mind
do they?
inside it.
Oh my goodness me! What's your definition of life then? Can you have a mind without a life?
2/3 of the fucking world seem to think so. Right.
Yeah.
Rocks are atheists. Sorry, what?
are you trying
Sandy.
to get Badger to do that thing again?
No,
Yes.
you're not.
Give me a sec.
No, Sandy. A webcam or a
That's
microphone? What are you pointing at?
She's
You're not
pointing at
wearing
the
any
webcam.
pants.
No, I'm pointing at the fact that I had my mic off.
Yes. So would you want to be a microphone or a webcam?
She's got the microphone off. Is that a clue, Dave?
That's what I was wondering.
Thank you, Jeff.
If she wants to be a microphone. Very good.
No, I'd rather be a webcam.
Oh,
Of microphones and webcams atheists.
Yes.
they are if they are inhabited with Jeff's mind.
They're also weak theists as well.
What?
I always thought they were like atheists, you know. So, fuck knows.
Right.
Hey, I have a charter membership in the I Don't Know Club, and I'm keeping it.
Oh no, they're starting it. Right, on that note, I'm going to say, before anything else goes on, does anyone have anything to shill?
Yeah, Dave.
Yeah.
Are you Mr. Wilson?
No.
'Cause I have some car insurance to shield to you.
You don't. Jeff.
Bring, bring.
Nothing I haven't already shielded this week, so I won't bother repeating myself.
Okay. Nerdy?
I'll probably be doing some colouring in later, so if you like colouring in, then yeah, look out for my next video.
You're going to be colouring it in yourself? Or you're going to let your team of 500 million AIs do it?
Yes, it's going to be purely artificial intelligence because I have absolutely no skill whatsoever. I'm just going to click a button and it's going to fill it all in perfectly, yes.
Ricardo?
No.
Sandy?
Watch everybody else.
What's everyone else? Linda has got her show on shortly, and I can't remember the time.
Oh,
What?
I see how it is.
What?
You didn't ask me.
I did ask you. Do you know
Yeah,
what you
Badger,
told me?
you asked first.
No, you didn't ask me. I interrupted you.
I asked you.
You
know
were
what you
shilling
told me?
car insurance, Badger.
Yes.
MySpace, cock.lee. No, hang on.
Linda, put a link
Yeah,
to your
what-
show in.
What Nerdy said.
Um,
So
Only
Nerdy,
fans.
come closer.
come close.
I'll actually say that if anyone hasn't watched Linda's show, like, check it out. It's really good.
She will put a link into it. It's just over an hour from now,
Oh,
which means it's 6
Shit,
o'clock.
he's
GMT.
coming.
He's coming. As long as he doesn't make a mess, I can live with that. Right, on that note, I'll say thank you to
Nerdy,
Sandy.
make a mess.
Thank you to Sandy. Thank you to Badger. Thank you to Ricardo. Thank you to Nerdy.
Hey.
Thank you to Jeff.
Oh,
And thank you to everyone in the chat. We will see you tomorrow with some sane people, I hope. Bye.
Hey, wait a
I'm not
minute.
coming back. Is that what you're saying?
Disney bad.
Bye.
Sane?